and McDonald's on 1019, 100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and BigGTV.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Tennessee Orthopedic Alliance, TOA, the largest and most comprehensive orthopedic surgery group in Middle Tennessee. Find out more at TOA.com. And we're returning to the Coaches Show, and we are joined this morning by Eagleville head coach Floyd Walker. How you doing this morning, Coach?
Man, I'm all right, brother. How about you, man?
Man, doing good, doing good. I know it was a tough one last night, 20-7 loss to Fayetteville, and I know that's always a tough trip in a close game, but got playoffs on the horizon.
Yeah, we got playoffs on the horizon, and like you said, it was a tough loss. I mean, I thought our kids did some things well. I mean, it just wasn't our night. We just too many self-inflicted wounds, and we just really didn't do a good job of executing at a high level. And the credit goes to Fayetteville City. They kids came out, were physical, were athletic, kind of executed their game plan a little bit better than we did ours, and we got the outcome that we got.
Well, it's always you get into week 11 and you have a chance for a home game and you want it. But it gives you some, going on the road last week, it's going to prepare you for this week. You're going to make the trip to McEwen and some exciting things coming.
It is some exciting things coming, and that's the great part about the position that we were in. Even though it was not, we didn't come out on the winning side of things. It didn't end our season. Over half the teams in the state season is over with, but we get to continue with an opportunity to try to chase for a gold ball. So we've allowed ourselves to be put in that position, and now we just need to go out and prepare and take advantage of it.
Yeah, and, individually last night, it looked like Jonathan Jordan had another good game last night for you. 6 tackles, interception, had a block kick,
right, and
a rushing touchdown for you last night.
He did a little bit of everything for us last night, and he's done extremely well all season long. And I mean, I can't say enough about the way that he's performed his senior year, and hopefully he'll have several more games to keep on doing the same type of stuff.
Yeah, and obviously you've had a really, really good season this year, and some of your defensive leaders last night. Grant Cooper, 7 tackles. Jonathan Jordan, like we just said, had 6 tackles, an interception, and a block kick. And your defense this year has been really strong for you all year, and how do you feel about your defensive side of the ball heading into the playoffs?
I mean, I thought our defense kept us in the ball game most of the night last night. We gave them a short field a couple of times. We threw an interception, and I think that may have been inside our own 20 or on 30-yard line, and Fayetteville City was able to convert on that. But our defense has done a tremendous job of being consistent and keeping us in ball games and keeping the score down and giving us an opportunity to win ball games.
Yeah, and it's just another great run for your group. Going into this playoff, what's your mindset this week? What's the week look like for the Eagles as we, enter the playoffs?
The big thing you got to do is you got to get over this loss, and it's coach speak, but you cannot let one loss cost another loss. You can't hold on to it. You'll get through it this weekend, but on Monday when we roll out for practice, this game's got to be behind us. We won't watch this on Monday as a team. We'll get into McEwen, and we'll go to work from there.
Yeah, and you were on a normal week. A lot of the other teams in Rutherford County last night or this week played on Thursday, but you kept it on regular schedule, and that's probably going to help you going into playoffs. You're just in a normal routine. You just get right back to it on Monday.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing about it is our place is, as long as we have good weather and we can get outside and we can get our work done, we'll stay on that normal routine. And sometimes another, being at a 1A school and severe weather comes in and you got to share facilities with all the other sports that take place at Eagleville. You kind of have to change things around and get out of your comfort zone. But our kids have done a good job of handling that over the years. It's not like it's just something that popped on the radar this year, but it's always been something that been a challenge for us. But our kids, like I said before, they handle it well, and hopefully I think right now the weather report is everything's supposed to be nice and cool and sunny all week long, so we should be able to get our work in.
Well, that's good. And Just looking at your bracket here, it looks like you're going to open against 5-4 McEwen,
Right.
and I don't know how much you know about them so far, but what are your early thoughts?
I don't know much about him, but the only thing that I know about McEwen is that the head coach Cecil Andrews and I both played at MTSU back in the '80s, so
This
it'll
cave
be
is
neat to see
downright
Cecil.
creepy.
I hadn't seen
Watch
him
your step.
in several years.
What's your
so,
plan if those bats swarm you?
I know Cecil will have a well-coached football team. I know that they'll be physical. He was an offensive lineman, so I know they'll want to try to run the ball in some form or fashion, or whether it's under center with multiple tight ends or multiple backs, or if he'll try to spread it out. But I know running the football will be a big part of his game plan.
Yeah, and then your pod, and obviously you don't look past the first round, but you're matched up with Memphis Middle College and Humboldt, and so there may be some road warrior Eagles for the next couple of weeks in the playoffs, and it's exciting. I know the kids would love that.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter where you play. If you're a competitor, Coach Donald used to say, if you like playing, you'll play on second and broad if you had to. So that's one of those deals. You got an opportunity, and what we do with those opportunities is totally up to us. So we look forward to the challenge. We look forward to the trips, and we look forward to trying to see if we can chase this thing.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit early on about your defense. Obviously, they've been the staple most of the year. How do you feel about your offense heading into the playoffs? And you've done some really good things on that side of the ball too.
We've done some good things, but there's still some things that we've got to clean up. We cannot have what we call self-inflicted wounds. You cannot have false starts, and we had multiple ones last night, and that's just not focusing in and not paying attention. So we got to get locked back in from that standpoint. We got to eliminate the controls. You can control not false starting, because offensive huddle, they know the snap count. If you're a wide receiver, you see the ball, you don't worry about the snap count. So those are some things we just got to go back to cleaning up and making sure that we're paying attention to the smallest of details.
Yeah, and one thing I've noticed, especially week 9, week 10, week 11, the officiating they're really tightening down on how you line up for starts. The 2 games that I had this week, both of them had a lot of penalties for false starts and alignment issues. And I know that's an emphasis TOAA has on their officials. So we got to be. That makes it even more. So you got to be on the same page.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to clean it up, especially in playoff football, because penalties will get you eliminated quickly, and that's the number one thing. If you can eliminate the penalties that you can control, that gives you an advantage. So we've got to really concentrate on that this week.
Yeah, and one of the other side, the third side of the ball, the special teams. Has also been a pretty good job for y'all this year, and how do you feel about that going into?
I mean, the big thing is that everybody's healthy. That's it, because, when you play 1A, all kids play on offense, defense, and all special teams. And as long as you're healthy and you don't have to start moving pieces around and subbing different cats around, then your special teams are going to be solid. We've done a good job as far as kick coverages. We've done a good job as far as kick returns. We've done a good job of subbing in when it's time to get into special teams. We just got to continue to be consistent in that area.
Yeah, and obviously one of the things that's always been a staple of Eagleville is your Eagle fans, and they travel really well. And I'm sure they were there last night. And I know they're going to be excited for this playoff run.
They will. I mean, again, we've always talked about our community, and our community is phenomenal. Well, you can't ask for better support, better encouragement, and we want to make sure that we represent them in a first-class fashion always.
Yeah, and you always have, and we have no, you're going to do it again this week and on this run. Kind of the new format that they've gone to in the playoffs. What are your thoughts on it? What do you think about it? I know obviously it's going to be more travel for teams earlier in the playoffs, and what do you think overall about?
Well, my concern about it was it's like everything else. When you start talking about your smaller classifications, your 1As, your 2As that are so spread out, and all the different rural communities, the travel becomes extremely expensive.
Yes, it does.
And And it's one of those situations to where it's not like you're just going to go 30 minutes to another county or, 20 minutes across town. It's one of those deals to where you're going to either be an hour and a half to 3 hours. So I think if you look ahead on hours, if things fall right, if we win and some other team wins, there's a possibility we could end up in Memphis in 2 weeks. So it's one of those type of deals. You may be going back and forth from Eagleville to Memphis. So from that standpoint, we haven't gone through it. This is the first year of it, so I'm really not sure how I'm gonna like it. We'll do the best we can as far as making sure that we adjust to it. But the fact that we have an opportunity to at least get in the first round and see if we can get a trip to some other place, then we're excited about that.
Yeah, it's exciting. Obviously the travel part of it is tough and it can be expensive.
Right.
But the the opportunity to play, your 11th game of the season, or and you're only guaranteed 4 more quarters.
Yep.
And it's an exciting opportunity for the Eagles.
Oh, it is, and that's the thing these kids all need to understand, especially the senior group, is that now you're playing, to play another game with your teammates, because when it's over, it's over. If you're not on the right side of it, you're going to look back and all those feelings and emotions from the time that you were a freshman or from the very first time you put on a helmet. And the reality is that's the last time you're going to do it. So it's one of those situations where you need to make sure that you're locked in and that you don't want it to end on that particular night.
Well, Coach, we wish you the best of luck next week at McEwen and have a long playoff run.
Well, we appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for everything y'all do for Eagleville and for high school athletics.
All right, that's Eagleville head coach Floyd Walker. The Coaches Show is brought to you by Parks Auction Company. Let their team of experienced and professionally trained staff utilize the auction process to sell your property. Find out more at parksauction.com.